Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
You're listening to the Podcast, presented by the Daily Pal.
This is Pranati,
Amit,
and Purva, and we're from thedailypow.com, a city-specific food and culture website, and this is our weekly podcast, The Podcast. Now, on this episode of The Podcast, we're going to be talking about seafood and our favorite seafood joints in the city, and it's an installment of Bombay Binge in which we talk about food. So stay tuned for Bombay Binge.
Bombay Binge. So today on Bombay Binge, we're going to be talking about our favorite seafood restaurants. And the reason we got thinking about this is because we actually got a new seafood restaurant, which is kind of rare. So Purva, you went and checked it out, right? It's called Saibini. It's in Mahim.
It's called Saibini Gomantak.
Okay.
It's in Mahim. It's on LJ Road. It's quite easy to spot. LJ Road, in fact, has a lot of seafood joints, but we'll come to that in a bit. So Saibini is, it's like a lunch home, like the rest of the little joints all along that stretch of road. And they have like slightly better furniture, and it looks new and cleaner and posh compared to all the others in the area.
It opened when last month?
It opened, in January, I think. And they serve Malwani fare, and very extensive menu of like fried items, tawa masala, your curries, then your rice items with the seafood. So, and they have thalis as well. So it's got a pretty comprehensive menu, except that it's compared to what all you have on offer in Mahim, it's not the best seafood joint, but it is something to add to what that neighborhood already has. So people will go, and I think it'll be pretty popular with the with the office crowd.
Yeah, and Malwani cuisine, as you said, I mean, that's pretty popular. A lot of the seafood restaurants we have in the city are actually Malwani joints, right?
Yeah, in fact, I think what distinguishes Bombay from the cuisines of other cities is the seafood. I mean, this is not something you would get in Delhi, for example.
Yeah.
Because, for obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons. But, in the food fight between Bombay and Delhi, which Delhi always wins over us, this is the one argument that we do have, that you get good seafood in Bombay.
What's interesting is that, just on that Mahim road that I spoke about, you'll get food from like the different coastal towns. So that's very interesting. So you can jump from Kerala to Goa to Karwar to Malvan. So you get the whole sort of
the West Coast.
Yeah, the whole range in just that.
What are some of the other places that you visited in Mahim?
So Saibini is the new one, like we said, and we actually have featured a story on Mahim's seafood lunch homes, and they're all excellent. There's Sneha, which is a Kerala, like a Malu joint. So is Medina. Both are fantastic. Their thalis are superb, very well priced as well. There's Fresh Catch, which most people know about. It's one of the city's best seafood
Supposedly
restaurants.
Sachin Tendulkar's favorite
His
seafood restaurant.
It's pretty
picture
good.
is
I
up
really like it.
on the wall there.
Yeah.
And Madhuri Dixit, I think, as I spotted. And there's... So I covered Sneha, Medina. There's also a small little joint called Sushigat Gomantak, which is completely Goan fare. It's run by this Goan lady from Kalangut and her son. And, small menu, but fantastic food. She cooks herself. Her name is Savita Karikar. And it's just like a 5-table lunch home. So you get to taste a lot, like I said, in that one.
Yeah. And what I found interesting about these places is that unlike a lot of, when you think about seafood, a lot of people think just pomfret and ravas, like these two fishes, but there's a whole bunch of other seafood there, right?
Well, the good part is that you're not getting your basa and your John Dory and none of that. You actually get to see, surma is pretty popular. Bombil is the most common to all.
But in
there's
some
a lot
of these
clams.
places, I think
there's shark.
Mori.
Mori is quite popular as well. Different kinds of mussels. So there's a great range and
great variety.
And there's and a lot of it is year-round. So it's not like it's just like a seasonal specialty. Like Mori, they serve the year-round, which is interesting.
Okay, because shark, like, it's an all-season...
Well, according to these restaurants, yes.
Yeah.
They don't even close during the monsoon.
Oh,
I guess
okay.
the footfalls reduce, but these
They're open all
restaurants
year
are
round.
open
Yeah,
all
that's
year.
interesting. And you were talking about the Bombay versus Delhi debate. Now, a lot of foreigners and tourists, when they come to Bombay, the first place that they sort of is on their list is Trishna,
Right.
which is known for its seafood, but it's actually really not the best seafood restaurant in the city.
Trishna has its loyalists, and they'll sort of also highlight specific dishes that you should go for. I find Trishna extremely expensive.
Yeah.
I have
It's
been
expensive and also overrated.
It is
Yeah,
overrated,
and it's not even the
it's-
best restaurant in that area because there's so many other
There's
places
so many
in
other
in
great
Fort.
lunch homes.
It's a factor of like Trishna is featured in all the guidebooks,
Yeah.
so I think everybody just fresh off the boat will go.
Yeah,
to
but it's
Trishna.
weird that it keeps getting repeated. It keeps getting included in all the. Maybe
When
they just
there
have
are
very
just
good
far better-
marketing abilities because there's like just in that area you have like Ankur, you have Apurva, you have Mahesh Lunch Home. Mahesh Lunch Home though has become like a chain, and I don't know whether that has sort of hindered its quality a little.
It has, but I think Mahesh Lunch Home, I won't vouch for, their entire range of seafood, but they still do a pretty mean gussie.
Yeah, the prawn gussie is
It's
really
quite
good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And I mean, you mentioned Ankur, and that's one of my favorite seafood
Yeah.
places. It's like this faux Swiss chalet, which is kind of funny. That's what it looks
Yeah,
like.
it does.
So that cracks me up every time I go there. But the one standout item over there is this Kerala prawn thing that they do.
It's the pepper.
It's the pepper fry,
one.
pepper
It's
and
fantastic.
curry leaves, and
Yeah.
it's it's
Simple,
so good.
but
So they are
really on
what?
point.
From which region? Are they?
It's Malwani, but then
Mal-
I think they also do a lot of Mangalorean food,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it's not just the seafood over there that's good. It's also some
Their
of their
meat
meat items.
is very good.
Yeah.
Their
Like they have
mutton and
this one fantastic mutton item with a coconut gravy, which is great.
Which is what you also said about Grant House, right? Which most people just associate with their sort of meaty
Grant
dishes.
House is it's known for its keema.
Yeah.
it
That's
has the
true.
best keema pao.
Yeah, it
along
does.
with Stadium.
But Grant
in my
House
opinion.
is primarily a seafood place. And what I like ordering over there, and this is not something you get in a lot of places, their surmai fry, they coat their surmai in a layer of chutney.
Oh,
And they
okay.
fry it.
Interesting, okay. Right.
It's really incredible.
Yeah.
So I really like Grant House for the surmai
Yeah.
fry.
In fact, you mentioned Gussie. There is a Harish Lunch Home. This is also in Fort. It's really tiny, completely nondescript. So
And it's very old.
It's got the best Gussie, in
Oh,
my
okay.
opinion, in Bombay. And
Yeah.
for me, it's all about. It comes down to one dish. If one dish is compelling,
Yeah.
then for me that place really stands out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would recommend Harish for that.
Just for
but
the
Yeah.
like I was saying earlier, one of my favorites is Fresh Catch, and it's because they have maintained the consistency wise. They're fantastic.
Yeah, they've been around
it's-
for 20 years or so.
They've been around since 1998, and
yeah, so almost 20 years.
and 18. Yeah, so again, there's the hand of a homemaker behind the kitchen.
And
Francis
the place
Fernandez
itself,
owns the place.
it looks like a living room.
Yeah, it's totally
Yeah.
stuck in time. It has those old curtains. It has pink walls. Really suspect decor, but
Yeah.
the food is always fantastic. Like
Yeah.
the bombil fry. Even something basics like your soul curry or
Yeah.
for example, everybody in that area does crams or a bombil fry, but like stuff like your batter to fish ratio, stuff like that. They really look into those kind of details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
speaking
know.
of Bombil Fry, actually, I remember some time ago when we were discussing our favorite restaurants in the city, we basically came up with only two seafood joints. One was Fresh Catch and the other was Gajali.
Oh yes, Gajali is my other favorite.
But
Yeah.
I find that with Gajali, which is another place that has turned into a chain, I have been to the one in, Phoenix Mills and the one in Juhu, but none of them are anywhere close to the original
Parle.
one in Vile Parle.
Yeah.
And that they have like the best bombil fry according to me. It's like really nice.
They have
and it's
fantastic
not
bombil
oily.
fry, but
So,
yeah, the sort of star of that menu is the tandoori crab.
yeah.
Again, like a
I
lot
mean, I
of
don't
people
eat
know
crab,
about
so
it.
I can't be a fair judge of that.
Okay. Well, it's fantastic. They'll never give you the recipe for their tandoori
Yeah.
masala. It's made in-house. And and they serve it with this nice, you can ask for that. They have this nice sort of ginger chutney. It's just a lot of ginger to go with all their food. Even their tisriya is really good.
Okay.
They also do a great mutton biryani. You'd
They
never
do.
think
It's quite
you
amazing.
never think
Yeah.
that people would order mutton at Gajali, but the original one is the
since
best.
we're talking about crab, maybe we should make it a point to mention a more contemporary restaurant, as in a
Right.
restaurant that does contemporary food, and that's Bastian. And you've
Bastian,
actually
yeah.
eaten the crab
And
over
yeah,
there.
it's become like this new sort of one of the new hip places to
Right.
go to.
Well, it's interesting that they sort of decided to focus on seafood, right? Because that's quite when all restaurants now are trying to like pack in every cuisine, it's nice that they have a focus. And this is a premium seafood joint, so you'll be shelling out quite a lot of cash for a meal there. But they do stuff like a tuna poke, which is like a salad, a really nice clean salad. They do their own version of a sushi. They do like this crab curry, which I really liked. What they do is they have a list of curries on offer, and you can pair that with either shrimp or the fish
Or
of the
fish
day
or crab.
And they serve crab in the traditional way, like you have to crack it
Get your
open,
hands
the bit,
dirty.
everything. Yeah, you have to get your hands dirty.
But do they? I mean, the menu. There's a lot of the produce imported, because I mean, we're sort of looking at two extremes here, right? The other places are very much local. Very much
yeah.
catch of the day.
So the fish and the shrimp, I believe they source from Chennai.
Okay.
Which is why they actually opened in the monsoon. And this is
Yeah,
one of the questions I
strange,
asked
yeah,
them,
yeah.
that, why are you opening in spawning
Exactly,
season?
yeah,
And
yeah.
they said that a lot of our fish comes from Chennai, where fishing continues even
Okay.
through the...
Yeah. And speaking of like slightly, premium places, I think one of the places we can't not mention is Konkan Cafe, which is another sort of, big favorite to a lot of people. And I think what a lot of people like about Konkan Cafe is also offers you a whole variety of different, much like Mahim, although at a very different price points, you're getting different...
But I
Coastal
guess
fare,
what they
yeah.
do have
Coastal
in common, aside from the cuisine, is that Konkan Cafe is very consistent. And
Yes.
Very consistently do a lot of thalis, so
Yeah.
it's a good way to sort of get, a taste of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a pretty good value for that kind of thali
Yeah,
as
I'd
well.
say Konkan Cafe over
you know.
Trishna any day. I mean, I'd
Yeah.
say like go there if you want to spend like
Money.
just go
Yeah.
there. I don't know. We don't want me to hate on Trishna, but the fact is that it gets written about everywhere,
Yeah.
and it's really not that great.
In
I
fact,
mean,
to do like a Bombay food tour, just to hop from seafood joint to seafood joint would be a great way to discover just like food in the city, or do like a Goan food trail, a lot of which is often seafood.
Right.
Yeah.
But most of what gets talked about is the Rani cafes, or people are focusing on what's new. But I think that the kind
Yeah.
of stuff that we have here, it's incredible. Like there's so much that I haven't been to. Highway Gomantak is supposed
Highway
to be
Gomantak is a big
fantastic.
favorite in Bandra
Big
East.
favorite.
Yeah.
And my other favorite is Pratap. And when I used to work at...
which is also in Fort.
Yeah, and when I
Yeah.
used to work at the Times of India, we used to order food from there all the time, and they do this incredible prawn biryani. I mean,
Yeah.
it's spicy as hell, but it's damn good.
Yeah.
And while these restaurants have similar items, like
Yeah.
their menus will have a lot of similarities, they'll have, one or two things that are different.
That will change it completely. For example, even the use of imli and kokum can change a curry so much.
Right.
Or what chilies, like, Kashmiri chili will lend color to something, but
Yeah.
the spice will come from a different chili.
That's right.
Or like curry leaves and mustard seeds can make such a big difference.
Right.
The ones that I did on this Mahim trail that we've written about, a lot of them, the fish curry, interestingly, that they serve in their thalis, a lot of these smaller
Yeah.
joints, they'll just serve you the curry, and it's often sort of flavored with coconut or coconut milk, or
Yeah.
cooked in coconut oil. And they leave so for example, if it's a surmai curry, it'll be flavored with the fish, but they won't actually serve you the fish.
Okay.
So they'll serve you a fried piece of fish, but not necessarily fish in the curry.
Okay.
So it's interesting, and it'll still taste
Yeah.
as, like as much of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an interesting thing they do. And a good way to discover seafood in the city is to do it through the thalis.
Yeah.
Because there is so much of that. The other is another sort of,
Yeah,
little
because there's so
haven
many of
for
these
seafood.
hole-in-the-wall joints. I mean, we've only mentioned some of the more prominent ones. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many of these small sort of Malwani. They will all have similar names, right?
Malwani name.
Yeah.
Like one, for example, and this is really a hole in the wall, and not many people outside Parel might be familiar
Yeah.
with it. It's called Mast Malwani,
Right.
and a lot of the advertising crowd in the Parel area goes
Yeah.
there, and they do fantastic seafood, and it's a small mom and pop place.
Yeah.
So,
and,
yeah.
and each neighborhood has a seafood joint.
Absolutely.
So even if you, that's another great
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the few aspects of Bombay food that we can really say that
it's accessible,
we've got,
and
we're sort of pretty good with, I mean, we've got a lot of places that you can talk about clearly.
Okay, so that's it for this episode, and we'll see you next week. For more on what's happening in this city, read thedailypow.com. Also subscribe to our newsletter on the website. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're The Daily Pow. And you can find this podcast on the IndusVox Media SoundCloud page, as well as iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn.
If you like listening to the podcast, you can also check out Cyrus Says, hosted by the Cyrus Brocha. It's an irreverent podcast on current events, urban India, politics, sports, civic sense, traffic, kids, food, and everything that matters. Well, mostly.
Hey man, just help me out, man. I need some podcast, man. I haven't had a fix in a week. Just need some.
Don't you worry about it. I got podcast galore for you, man. Just go to ivmpodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna check it out.